Okay, to KOMO News, document vote fraud the day before the election. Well, it sure looks like that to me. Take a look at the video and see what you think. Thank you for watching. My name's Glenn Morgan, and this is We the Govern. And as always, we are in Washington State right now under Inslee's eternal state of emergency with endless decrees and lockdowns and whatever other rules he wants to put out. Mandates never end. And so because of that, I always have a trigger warning in the beginning of my videos that nothing I say here has been approved by the Ministry of COVID Compliance. And so this is a trigger warning for those who only want to hear what Governor Inslee wants you to hear. So nothing I say here has been approved, although I don't plan on talking about COVID. I just think it's a good warning for you to know in advance. So, because we just had elections 2021, it's an off-year election, and I've been doing a number of videos on different subjects, I want to talk about this video right here where KOMO News talks about voter participation.
With signs guiding the way, Lumen Field Event Center is taking on a temporary look inside King County elections, helping to register new voters and get them set up with a ballot of their own ahead of tomorrow night, with some studying still taking place.
Just walked in, provided my information, got signed up pretty quick.
Jonathan Medina just got to Seattle over the weekend. He moved here from New York City and wasted no time getting set up to cast his vote.
It's probably just really important to be involved with the local politics scene, see what's happening in the area, and really try to put in your little grain of sand.
Okay, there was one problem, I have to say, with that video, though, and it's stunning to me that nobody at KOMO News noticed this, or anybody else. It didn't. It did make the rounds on social media a little bit for a few days, but nobody in an official position dealing with elections recognized the fact that what they documented here was actually a guy who moved here this weekend from New York, registered to vote same day, and then put his ballot in, as they well documented there. And they helpfully posted that guy, probably with his permission, his name, and they doxed him so you know exactly who it is that committed what appears to be vote fraud. And let me explain what that means. If you look at Washington State Constitution, Article 6, Section 1, it says the qualification of those who can vote, right? All persons over the age of 18 and who are citizens of the United States and have lived in the state, county, and precinct at least 30 days immediately preceding the election at which they offer to vote, those are the people who are qualified to vote. This is very clear, the state constitution. If you have not lived here 30 days, you don't have residency, you cannot vote. This was a change made in the state constitution back in 1974 when they raised the voting age or dropped the voting age, I should say, from 21 to 18, and at the same time, they changed the residency requirements. It used to be you had to be here 90 days or a year if you were just newly moving to the state. So despite this very limited 30-day residency requirement, with the same-day voter registration rules that came into place a couple years ago in the state legislature that many of us who were concerned about election integrity, we opposed. We thought that was a terrible idea. And the Secretary of State at the time did testify against it, but it got rammed through regardless. These are the types of situations where guys like this, who probably didn't mean to commit vote fraud, thanks to KOMO News' helpful reporting on the subject, actually did. The guy didn't live here. He hadn't lived here for 30 days. He just moved here this weekend, just got to Washington, registered to vote, committed vote fraud. Thank you, KOMO News, for documenting that. Now, here's the next question. What will anybody in the state of Washington in any position of power do about this fraud? And the answer is nothing, because they don't want to find it. They want to pretend like it doesn't exist. They want to pretend like this never happened. KOMO News will probably make this video disappear, especially if it gets enough attention. So what will the state media do about it, which is even more concerning? Well, they'll do nothing as well. They'll pretend it didn't happen. They'll deny that it was really a problem. They'll try to come up with some other kind of a story. Or, their favorite, they'll see if they can censor this video so that nobody actually uncovers what is clearly vote fraud documented by KOMO News in downtown Seattle. So I just think it's worth pointing out, it is worth noting, and it is worth people being aware that vote fraud happens. It's so common right now that even the media documents it and don't even know it. They don't even realize they're documenting it. So with that, I just want to remind you, if you want to learn more about this or any other related issue, please go down below, go to our website at We the Govern. Please subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click on the notifications. It's really one of the only ways of distributing this information. As long as YouTube lets me keep this channel and they don't totally censor me, you'll have an opportunity to hear what I have to say about some of these issues, and hopefully it's helpful for you moving forward. Again, there's a lot of other background articles you can find down below. Don't forget to subscribe to our website, our email list. And as I always tell everybody who cares about elections and getting involved, or our political future in our communities at all, the future belongs to those who show up.